Good morning. Today we are here to present a debate about a short story which is named Two Kinds. Here the participants are Orlet Berrones, Luis Garza, Valeria Garza, Diego Castillejos, Paola Guerra, and Gabriel Garcia. We are going to present and discuss the themes present in this short story. This short story was written by Amy Tan in 1989. It is about a girl who is named Jin Mei Wu. She's daughter of a Chinese immigrant family who came from China to the United States in 1949, and they established in Chinatown in San Francisco, California. This girl was forced by her mother to become a prodigy. However, she didn't want to. The mother forced her daughter to enter to chess, ballet, and piano lessons. Especially these forced piano lessons increase the girl's pride and create a lot of familiar conflicts between the mother and the daughter. We'll continue with the structure of this debate. We are going to start with the tone and style of the short story. Then we are going to discuss the themes. Then we are going to talk about the measures of two kinds. And finally, conclusion is going to be presented. Well, let's start with the tone and styles of two kinds. Who wants to talk about these aspects?
Me. The tone and style of the story starts with the mother being an immigrant from China to the United States, and the author decides to write her dialogue as broken English. She doesn't complete her phrases. She lacks of certain vocabulary, just the basic things to be able to communicate with her daughter and the community. And that's like the main um, style of the story. Her mother being talking broken English, and that's the tone and style.
Okay. Uh, we have finished with the tone and style of this short story, and now let's continue with the themes we're going to discuss in this debate. The themes that are going to be discussed are: the first one is migration and globalization, the second one is social pressure, the third one is confidence, the fourth one is forgiveness, and the last one is pride. Well, let's start with the first theme, that is migration and globalization. Who wants to start talking about this issue?
I will take the word. The globalization was an important factor through the history uh, because the Chinese and American culture was very presented in the relationships between the mom and the daughter. So, as the mom is native from China, she had a more structural and a strict education, different from her daughter, who was born in America. She was educated in a more liberal way.
Well, this could be seen as an example in the way when the mom teach her daughter Nikon. Well, in the way she teach her daughter is more like straight and strict. She wants her daughter to be great at, well, at least at something, because she's not that good at anything. It's like normal. So the mom thinks a good daughter should be obedient and, as I said, good and be put effort into what she does. So, and well, the way of thinking of Nikon, the daughter, is more liberal. Like, she's like, I don't want to. I wanna be myself. I don't have to be what you want me to be. And that's more an American way of thinking, because in a Chinese culture, the son or the daughter would say like, okay, I will do that.
Okay, we have finished with the first theme. Let's continue with the next one, which is social pressure. Who wants to start talking about this theme? You too.
Well, in the story, social pressure is presented because, well, as I said before, is in a Chinese environment, and the Chinese culture is popular of being, like as I said, strict and straight in the way of teaching and of being. And well, the it is too much pressure to the persons because like you have an important factor is that you have to be great at least something, but great in a big way, like not normal, and be very good at everything you do also, like be great at something and be good at everything. And well, that's too much pressure. That's why in Chinese culture, like everyone is too stressed and like that. And well, in the story, it is present because of that it is in a Chinese environment.
Examples of this theme present in the history are when the aunts and the friends of the mother were bragging with their children and the activities they were doing, and or when Nikan failed in her piano presentation and all the people look at her with a look of disapproval.
Okay, let's go to the next theme, which is confidence. Who wants to start talking about this issue?
The value of confidence was an important element in the development of the plot of the history, because the mother implied much trust that her daughter will improve her abilities.
Yeah, as seen before, an example of that is when her daughter played the piano in a music presentation and she fell and she doesn't know how the notes go. And when that happens, the mother was disappointed. And it is an example of what the confidence break.
Okay, now that the theme confidence is talked about, let's continue with the next thing, which is forgiveness. I want to talk about this theme.
I would like to talk. After days in which they fought, her mother gives she a piano as a representation of forgiveness, and leaves she the responsibility to play it or not.
I agree. After all the hard work, the pressure that mother put into her daughter for piano lessons, and after she read her recital, and her mother was so disappointed that they never talked again, like in years. So after many times have passed, the mother decided to give away the piano to her daughter as a sign of forgiveness, and the daughter like took it and like accepted the apology from her mother.
Okay, let's continue with the next theme, which is pride. Who wants to talk about pride?
I would like to.
Continue.
I believe that the mother truly trusting her daughter to become a prodigy, but she didn't want to. The daughter didn't want to continue with the piano lessons since she was forced to. The mother just signed her up for the piano instructor without asking her opinion to the daughter, and because of that, the daughter decided that she wouldn't let her, and because of pride, she rejected the lessons. Actually, that is the reason why Nikan lost the interest of playing the piano. Because when somebody is forced to do something they don't want to, they will not put it forth on the activity. So this is the case.
Well, an example in real life of like this situation is here in SEP, because many students are forced by their parents to be in this school, and they weren't even asked for if they wanted this school or what school they wanted to be in. So and because they are forced to be here, many don't put efforts in the classes, in the exams, like in their studies in general.
Well, now that all the themes have been discussed, let's continue with the measures of this story. Who wants to talk about the measures of two kinds?
Since the title of the story is Two Kinds, the message would be that for everything there are always two kinds, two opposite sides of the story, a song, and in order to they to be a whole, they have to work together, forgive each other, compliment, and know how difficult the things could be, but they are part of something, even though they are two different kinds.
Okay, well, now that we have finished with this debate, let's present a conclusion about all what we have already said. Well, two kinds show a contrast between two cultures and also a contrast between two visions from adults and childs, how the relation is between parents and, well, again, childs. Then also we can look this contrast in how the characters talk, how the characters behave, and how they act. In those actions, we can look and find different situations that show us the 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 themes of forgiveness, pride, confidence, that social pressure that occur in different cultures. Well, in this case, we can watch and observe the social pressure that is present in the United States. And well, also, all these aspects were located in certain contexts. This context was the family context, but also this context was modified by the aspects and variables that were located there because of the location that is Chinatown and how these cultures combine. And well, this short story shows a lot of aspects which can be more analyzed with different theses, statements, and themes. But we're, well, in this debate, we just discuss the most principal aspects. Well, thanks for watching.